All right, I bought the Rough Country Soft TriFold tonneau cover for the F-150. You do have to specify if you have the 5.5 bed or the 6.5 bed. I have the 5.5. The box is pretty long, but it's actually really light. So I live on the 3rd floor. I was able to bring it upstairs by myself without any problems. So let's get it opened up and see what's inside. All right, so here it is in the box. I think we paid $69.99, so essentially $270. And then we got free 3-day shipping. And I was going back and forth about getting the hard TriFold by them, which is like almost $700. And then this one that's the soft TriFold, that's $270. I decided to go with the soft one because I want to be able to put it on and take it off easily, because I do like to use the bed of my truck for the dirt bike. And it won't fit back there with this folded all the way closed, because you'd have obviously this much space away from your rear window on the truck that it's just sitting there waiting to be unfolded. So I decided to get something that would work well, that had good reviews, that was easy to remove, and was affordable. This does have these pieces here that will lock it down. So when you shut your tailgate, it is going to be locked closed. I mean, obviously, if someone wanted to cut it and get into it, whatever, if they care that much about cutting into my shit to get into my truck, I guess they can probably have whatever's in the bed. If you're going to suck that much as a human, go for it. Okay, so these come all ready to just set on the truck and install. And it is super light. I mean, look at, I'm lifting the whole thing up very easily. There's hardly any weight to it. These are your latches. It's gonna slide down the rail. And then you have these hooks here that are gonna go underneath your bed. And then turn these to tighten them. You'll have one down there and one down on this end. So when I go out there and install it on the truck, essentially this side is gonna get put like this towards my rear window on the truck, and then I'm going to move those where they need to go and get it latched down, and then the rest of it is going to fold open. So whenever you guys go on Rough Country's website, here's what it's going to look like. You'll see pictures of their F-150 that they have it on, some of the hardware, get a good look at what the vinyl looks like, some of the clips that's going to hold it down when it is folded closed. And then as you can see, it's got just over 2,000 reviews of people who averaged about 5 stars. That $270 price point. And then it also talks about how the material, the vinyl, is actually UV resistant, that it's 3-ply double coated, and then the lightweight aluminum frame that it's on is 6061 aluminum, and it is aircraft grade aluminum. So I just wanted to throw this in the video. This is what the Rough Country website will look like when you look up the item. All right, so I've got it set onto the truck. Clips facing back here. We were talking about that round end is going to go towards the rear window of the truck. See if I can get you guys to view. Now we're going to come under here and get these guys undone. Alright, so now we got both of these ready. So we're going to slide our one over here. Okay, I'm just going to show this because it is kind of a weird setup. Once you take these down and they hang, you do have to like slide this diagonally through there. Okay. You guys are able to see that. But basically this has to be at an angle. And then you can slide it through that loop to get to the other side. And then these can just hang here and wait until we unfold the tonneau cover further. And then same thing over here that we did on the other side. You can watch me struggle through this, or we'll come back when I'm done. All right. So both of those are on now. On each side. Okay, so these guys that were underneath, that were all wrapped in plastic and rubber banded, all of the videos that I watched for how to install this, none of them had this and didn't address these. So off camera, I took it apart just to see what it might be for. And I think it's maybe just for some extra reinforcement. Because I was able to open it up, focus camera. I was able to open it up and slip it right over that same piece that we use this for and tighten it down. So that is nice and tight on there, not going anywhere. I'm gonna keep it there because I guess if for some reason this down here fails, this is on here. So I'm gonna keep that there. If anybody has any idea what that is actually meant for, go ahead and throw it in the comments. I don't know if it's so that you can like undo this and flop this back part, fold that open, but it still keeps the whole thing locked to the truck. Not sure, but I'm just gonna leave it there for extra reinforcement. You guys can obviously do whatever you want with it because it's not absolutely necessary to attach along with the tonneau. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up here, gotta unclip these, and then we're gonna start rolling this out. So there's one fold down. And then here's the final fold down. So you guys can learn from my mistakes here. So when I got done with the last part, please focus camera. When I got done with the last part, this side was over here a lot more than the other side. So this rubber can run down the middle of this part. So you want your outside part to be slipped just over this one. So then the rubber's running down the middle. Because now when I go over here, it's doing the exact same thing on this side. Rubber will run down the middle. Rolling this back. See how we're doing. Lined up. Looks good on this side. Looks good on this side. Alright, let's get that last one down and see how we look all the way down. Good. Alright, so that's the lineup trick at the front, guys, so that when you pull this thing all the way out, you're lined up equally all the way down. Let me just jump off here real quick. Look at the lovely snow. Oh, Michigan. Alright. So now that we're in here, here's your levers here. You gotta pull them down, they gotta lock in there. And you're gonna slide them down this channel. And you're gonna have to turn this based on where this is gonna sit. That way, once you pull this down, it locks it tightly in place. Okay, so I have turned mine to where it's almost all the way to the top of here, but that's so that once I hook this under and I pull this down, that's nice and tight. Because when I first did it, I didn't have it quite as high up. When I came up here, it did lift just slightly. So for my truck in particular, at least, this lip is small enough that you do have to go quite a ways up the threads to be able to have that lock tightly once you pull it down. Alright, so now that it's fully installed, and it does have a foam seal here, so it's not laying right on the bed of your truck. Also, quick side note here, this is the Winunite, or however you say it. It's a tailgate assist that you can get on Amazon. It is super cheap. extremely easy to install. And I'll show you what it looks like when we take a look at what the tonneau cover looks like with the bed closed. Alright. So there's your tonneau with the bed closed. It's a really nice seal. I can barely get my finger under there. Nice. I'm happy with it. And then with that winter night tailgate assist, here's what it looks like dropping the tailgate down. Now that I have that. Slow drop. And it's cheap. Like cheap to the point where it works right now. Great for me and I'm happy with it. If it broke 2 months, 3 months down the road for some reason, I would just buy another one and replace it. But the reviews have been really good for how little it costs. Alright, so now let's look what it would look like if we wanted to roll our tonneau cover back. How long it takes. Slide that up. Turn it to the side. Pop this up. Turn it to the side. And put it up in that lock there. I didn't do that on this side because I forgot about that. But I'm gonna push it up into this lock. Someday, just gotta grab on the top and the bottom. There we go. And now we've got our 1, 2, and our clips if we want to hold it back. So there's, I'll back up a little bit, there's how much space it takes up fully open. But again, like, what does it matter when it's so light? If you need to put something in there, such as like my dirt bike, I can just pop that whole thing off and throw my dirt bike in there without having to feel like it's a whole task. I used to have a Jeep Wrangler with a hard top and that was a pain in the ass. That was a big reason why I ended up buying this, because I wanted something that's great when it's on, but I can put it on and take it off by myself super easily and it's not heavy. Another big reason why I bought this is because it does come with the aluminum frame. It's aircraft grade aluminum frame. A lot of these vinyl, this is UV resistant vinyl as well, but a lot of these vinyl covers, they actually tend to shrink in the winter. You're watching me put it on in the winter right now and it did fantastic. But a lot of them come with like buttons and stuff when you get into the budget friendly categories. And in the winter, you're not gonna be able to stretch that vinyl material over to put the buttons on. I mean, you might, but you're gonna have a hell of a time and I just don't want to deal with that. So for we'll say $70, because it's $269 and some change, you have a light, easy install, no hardware required, UV resistant vinyl tonneau cover with an aluminum frame, TriFold, that has a great seal down here when you put your bed up and locks all of your cargo in and is easy to take off on those days where you need your entire bed. So I am very, very happy with this purchase. It'll do what I need it to do while I have it on there, and keep this from happening, all the snow from piling up in the back with my sandbags. Because I got the tonneau cover on Friday, it snowed yesterday, and so because of that, today I have the energy to come out here and throw this sucker on. Alright, so you guys just got to see the installation of the Rough Country Soft TriFold tonneau cover for $270. It's got the UV resistant nylon, again, the aircraft grade aluminum. It was the budget friendly option that I decided to go with, and I figured I would make a video of what it looks like in the box, how long it takes to put on, once it is fully installed, how long it takes to open it and close it. Again, I did this video with a phone in one hand and installing the tonneau cover with the other. So one-handed, did not take me very long. You guys are watching that video in real time. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you liked it, just like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's more videos like this that are going to be coming related to my truck, and then also related to my Jeep Wrangler. And then give a comment. Let me know what you think.